break. When I'm back, we'll bring you all that you need to know about the life and career of Steph Curry. All right, so welcome back from that short break. Let's get started this morning as we profile the life of Steph Curry and his career, because he became the first player in the history of NBA to hit 4,000 career three-pointers. But in the building with me, to profile the life and career of this great player, talking about Steph Curry, is no other person than a cerebral gentleman who has a vast knowledge about sports and about NBA. This morning is in the house. It's Miracle Nyekaze. Miracle, good morning and welcome to ATN Sport Personality.
Yeah, good morning, Michael. Good morning, Port Harcourt. It's nice to be here, knowing fully well that today we're going to be talking about one of the best basketballers that have graced up on the land of United States of America. In nobody that Steph Curry. I think he's done so much in the world of basketball that I think today we need to tell a little bit story about how he's achieved what he's achieved so far in the NBA. So for me, I think today will be very, very fantastic as we talk about the life of Steph Curry.
All right, fantastic as indeed we dissect through the life of Steph Curry. Well, let's start from his early life. As Steph Curry was born on March 14th, 1988 at Akron General Medical Center in Akron, Ohio, to Sonia Adams and Del Curry. He grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina, where his father spent most of his NBA career with the Charlotte Hornets. He played with his younger brother Seth on their backyard basketball court in Charlotte. The family briefly moved to Toronto, where Dell finished out his career as a member of the Raptors. During his time, Curry played for the Queensway Christian College, a boys basketball team, leading them to an undefeated season. He was also a member of Toronto 5-0, a club team that plays across Ontario, pitting him against fellow future NBA players such as Corey Joseph and Kelly Olin. Corey led the team to a 33-4 record en route to winning the principal championship. After their retirement, the family moved back to Charlotte, and Corey enrolled at Charlotte Christian School, where he was named All-Conference and All-Star and led his team to 3 conference titles and 3 state playoff appearances. Because of his father's storied career at Virginia Tech, Curry wanted to play college basketball for Hawkins, but was only offered a week-on spot due in part to his slender 160-pound frame. Meanwhile, he ultimately chose to attend Davidson College, who had aggressively recruited him for the 10th grade. All right, let's hold it there. Miracle, it looked as though the early life of Steph Curry was very rosy, because from what we are seeing, he came from, a basketball-rooted ground. Don't forget that his father as well was also, a basketball player, even his brother. So do you think the background where he came from actually shaped him to become the player that he is today?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for me, I think his father being an ex-NBA player was one of the major roles that actually prompted him to look forward to playing in the NBA. And we know that from his youthful age, he had a lot of opportunities. Both him, his younger brother, they were both given those opportunities for them to at least one of them to go into the NBA. And we saw how Curry performed at his early age. He picked up some tournaments. He was going to various tournaments to see if actually he could perform and strive. And yes, we saw what he did at this early age. He was one of those players that the coaches at his early age were pointing out that this guy will be definitely something big in the future. And yes, we can see how he's come out all blossom and shining over the years to be one of the best NBA players.
All right, he's indeed very grateful, and I think where he came from, talking about his background, played major role. Don't forget his father was a former NBA player, his brothers as well, also, football, a basketball lover. Rather, even the younger sister is also a sports woman. But let's move on. Before Curry even played his first game for the Wildcard, the head coach, Bob McKillop praised him at the Davidson alumni event, saying, "Wait till you see Steph Curry. It is something special." In his second collegiate game, he recorded a season-high 32 points and 9 rebounds against Michigan. He had 30 points and a season-high of 11 rebound against Chattanooga on December 18, 2006 for his first career double. On February 6, 2007, also against Chattanooga, Curry broke the school's 5,000-point freshman record. He went on to finish with 730 points. He also broke Davidson's single-season record for three-pointers held by Brendan Winters in 2004-2005. He led the Southern Conference in scoring at 21.5 points per game, ranking him ninth nationally and second national among freshmen behind only Kevin Durant of Texas. So the prowess of Steph Curry didn't just start from the family. He started from the family, but then he worked on himself, continued to progress, and even when he got to the college, he was still able to differentiate himself. Even was able to equal some of the record that was set by some other great players in the colleges.
Yeah, we saw what he's done during his, his cadet time, playing as amateur years, playing as a freshman over there, even in college. I think he actually won the MVP for Freshman of the Year. And for me, I think it's something that is very, very fantastic as a young player, as a young individual going into a new school and playing for your school, and you actually win an MVP for a Freshman of the Year. It actually makes you to stand out among your peers. It really shows that he was very, very hardworking, determined, courageous, as well as he was ready to work hard and make sure that he makes it through into the NBA. For me, I think that was one of the reasons that I brought him this far. For him going into college and still able to mix up his college education and mix up him being a basketball player at that particular time. For me, he was able to maybe put them hand in hand, side in side, for him to work together, and it actually worked out for him. For me, I think that was one of the major reasons he's come this far in his career.
Of course, those are some of the major reasons that actually helped him to come thus far. Meanwhile, Curry finished the season averaging 25.9 points, 2.9 assists, and 22.1 steals per game. He was named to the Associated Press All-American Second Team on March 31st, 2008. He also was named the most outstanding player of the Midwest region of the NCAA tournament, becoming the first player from a team not making the Final Four to do so since Juwan Howard of Michigan in 1994. Curry was nominated for an ESPY in the Breakthrough Player of the Year category in that very one. And now, moving on, following Davidson's loss in the NCAA Regional Finals, Curry announced that he will return for his junior year. On October 18, 2008, he scored a career-high 44 points in Davidson 82-78 loss to Oklahoma. He expected a career-long streak by scoring at least 25 points from his 7 straight games. On November 21st, Curry registered a career-high 13 assists to go along with 30 points in Davidson 97-70 win over Winthrop. On November 25th, against Loyola, Curry was held scoreless as Loyola constantly double-teamed him. It was Curry's only scoreless collegiate game and just his second without double-digit points. He finished 0 of 3 from the field as Davidson won the game 78-48. In a very high scoring game. Davidson's next game 11 days later, Curry matched his career high of 44 and a 72-67 win over North Carolina State in that very one. Now, despite being a rookie, despite being a first-timer, his first season was not that bad, but in second season, he continued to grow and continued to improve on his game, that even the coach at some point had to even acknowledge the exceptional skills of Steph Curry and single him out for praise. So when you simply look as though there is this innate talent in Curry that wherever he goes, right from the grassroots, right from the college level, the coaches seems to see something very special about him.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I think one of the major reasons why he was actually singled out at that particular time because he was a very, very good shooter. I think he was a very, very fantastic shooter among his peers. He always stood out, and getting those three-pointers was one of his major, will I say, advantage over the others. He was very, very specific in his three-pointers, and he actually worked on making his three-pointers better. And driving and grinding the ball was one of also his very, very big thing that he normally does on the court. When he holds the ball, he actually gets the attention from other opponents, and it actually break up space for his teammates to thrive as well. So for me, I think that was one of the reasons his coach singled him out and praised him for the moment. I think the NCAA regulars, I think you have a lot of players who plays in the NCAA college basket at that point in time, and him being singled out was something that I think a lot of basketball players that are coming out from the youth stages, the high school, and going into college basket now should learn from. A player like that going into college basket and being singled out by a coach. I think he really saw something special in Steph Curry for him to be able to single him out at that point in time.
For him to be able to single Steph Curry out of the arrays of stars within that team at that point in time clearly depict the fact that that talent was inherent and is in Steph Curry, and it wasn't just inherent in him. He went further, to add more skills and grit to, the craft, that he knows very well. Moving on, Curry surpassed the 2,000-point mark for his career on January 3rd, 2009, as he scored 21 points against Sanford on February 14th. 2009, Curry rolled his ankle in the second half of a win over Foreman. The injury caused Curry to miss the February 18th game against Citadel, the first and only game he missed in his college career. On February 28, 2009, Curry became Davidson's all-time leading scorer with 34 points in 99-56 win against Georgia Southern. That gave Curry 2,488 points for his career, surpassing previous school leader John Gardy. Davidson won the 2008-2009 Southern Conference regular season championship for the South Division, finishing 18-2 in the conference. So Curry, went further to even break the all-time record scorer of their school at that tender age. This is clearly impeccable of him.
Yeah, I think his points making and point breaking didn't start today. I think from the youth age, the cadet age, and as you can say, as you just said, from playing the NCAA college basket, and he broke his school all-time record goal scorer or point maker. I think at that particular time, I think it was something that very really fantastic, and it was actually what actually put the limelight on him at that particular time. A lot of coaches, a lot of will I say franchises were looking at him. We were asking questions: who is this guy? Who is Steph Curry? Who is this youngster that has actually done such a thing in playing in the college basketball? And it actually gave him the edge over people, over other players as well. And it was actually giving him more edge when it comes to the draft, the NBA draft. And for me, I think that's one of the reasons he was actually drafted in the top 10 in the NBA as well. And for me, I think his school, he has written his name in his school record books, and his name forever in that record books as being the all-time scorer for his school at the college basketball.
Moving on, Curry defending against Allen Iverson on 2009. On June 25th, 2009, his father's 45th birthday, Curry was selected as the 7th overall pick in the 2009 NBA draft by the Golden State Warriors. Although the Warriors already had another lane, 6'3" offensive mid-minded guard in Monta Ellis, coach Don Nelson had a penchant for using small lineups in his nail ball system and had warmed to the idea of selecting Curry. However, Ellis announced at a media session that he and Curry were too small to play together. Curry appeared in 80 games, starting 77 of those 80 games during the 2009-2010 season, averaging 17.5 points, 4.5 rebound, 5.9 assists, and 1.90 steal in 32.2 minutes. His second half of the season vaulted him into the Rookie of the Year race. He was named the Western Conference Rookie of the Month for January, March, and April, finishing as the only Western Conference rookie to win the award 3 times. He finished runner-up for the NBA Rookie of the Year behind Tariq Evans and was unanimous NBA All-Rookie First Team selection, becoming the first Warriors player since Jason Richardson in 2001-2002 to earn All-Rookie First Team honors. He scored 30 points plus 8 times, setting the most 30-point games by any rookie in 2009-2010 and the most since LeBron James had 13 and Carmelo Anthony had 10 in 2003-2004. Curry had 530 points over 10 assist games, which tied Michael Jordan for the second most 30 plus 10 assist games by rookie. In that very one, he became just the 6th rookie in the NBA history to post 35 points, 10 assists, 10 rebound game when he registered his first career triple-double with 36 points, 13 assists, and 10 rebounds against Los Angeles Clippers on February 10th in the Warriors season finale against Portland Trail Blazers on April 14th. Curry recorded a 10 career high 42 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists, becoming the first rookie since Robertson in February 1961 to register at least those numbers in each category in the same game. Curry finished his rookie season with 166 three-pointers, which were at the time the most ever by a rookie NBA history. So he continued to set up records at the early age. In fact, at that season, he was able to put up 166 three-point career, which is massive. So what was the inspiration or the brain behind Steph Curry's three-point specialty?
Yeah, for me, I think his reach is something that you don't really see much among the NBA players. I think his reach, the way he swerves the ball, I think is something that should be commended for. I think Steph Curry had a lot of training during his childhood age. He took a lot of risk. I think this was one of the reasons why he's so fantastic at his three-pointers. When a lot of other NBA players were focusing on their dribbles, focusing on their free throws, I think Steph Curry was determined on making sure that he had a fantastic 3 points. And then we've seen what he did, what he achieved in his first season, even in the NBA, having over 100 3-pointers from a freshman, I think, or from a rookie. I think it's something that is very, very fantastic, putting him heads and above his other peers, the likes of Michael Jordan, the likes of LeBron James, as well as Carmelo Anthony. I think he actually did what these other great players have done, but he did it in a big and a massive fashion and a better fashion. And this is one of the reasons that have kept us this far and making sure that he's the greatest three-pointer in the NBA history.
Making sure that he is the greatest three-pointers in the NBA history. Prior to the start of the 2012 to 2013 season, Curry signed a 4-year deal worth £44 million contract extension with the Warriors. At the time, many basketball writers considered the move risky for Golden State because of Curry's injury history. Over the course of the year, Curry and backcourt teammate Klay Thompson gained a reputation for their perimeter scoring, earning them the nickname the Splash Brothers. In 2002-2003, Curry appeared in 78 games, averaging then career high of 22.9 points and 6.9 assists to go with a 4.0 rebound and 1.62 steals in 38.2 minutes. He set a new NBA single-season three-point record with 272 three-pointers, eclipsing the previous mark set by Ray Allen, in that very one in 2005. Doing so in 53 games less attempt than Allen did in that very big one. So the three-pointers, wherever he goes, in every season, it looks as though the three-pointers are his major target, because there's no season that goes by that he will not create a record of being the best or the highest three-point takers. Then again, his assists, they steal as well, also count for him.
Yeah, I think the major, I say the major thing that he's made himself known for in the NBA is being a special or having a specialty when it comes to having those three-pointers. I think his assists as well have improved over the years, and he actually have a huge amount of assists as well in the NBA. But for me, I think the three-pointers is one of the things that he's used to stand out among his peers whenever he plays for Golden State, and this is one of the reasons why he can come out and boast of winning 4 NBA championships over there with the Golden State franchise. I think he's done a lot for Golden State, and he's merited playing in the NBA. He's shown what he can do, especially even the fact that he's been injured a lot of times, but he always come back stronger. He always come back to show that yes, he's a very, very good and fantastic player, that he can do what the likes of Michael Jordan did. He can do what the likes of LeBron James have been doing, and making sure that he stood out and making sure that his three-pointers actually surpass the rest is something that I think he should be commended for.
Something he should be commended for, truly. Meanwhile, in October 19th, 2021, in the Warriors season opener, Curry recorded his 8th career triple-double with 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists in a 121-114 win against Los Angeles Lakers on November 8th. Curry scored 50 points with 10 assists on 9 three-pointers made in a 127-113 win against their opponent in that very one. And he continued to dominate, as the season wears on in that very one. Meanwhile, Chamberlain, as the oldest player in history to achieve that feat that Curry broke, on November 12th against Chicago Bulls, Curry became the NBA career leader for three-pointers in both regular season and playoff with 3,366, passing Ray Allen on December 14th at Madison Square Garden against New York Knicks. Curry made his 2,974th career three-point to pass Ray Allen and become the NBA all-time three-point scoring leader. Moving on, Steph Curry made history on Thursday by becoming the first player to hit 4,000 career three-pointers in NBA history. He achieved this milestone during the Golden State Warriors 130-104 win over Sacramento Kings at the Chase Center. This incredible feat earned him a new nickname from the NBA, Mr. 4K. Curry's record-breaking shot was a testament to his remarkable shooting skills and cemented his status as one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. Curry's incredible career is marked by numerous records and accolades. He's a two-time NBA Most Valuable Player, an NBA Final MVP, and a two-time NBA All-Star Games MVP. He's also two-time NBA Scoring Champion, and 11-time NBA All-Stars, and a 10-time All-NBA Team Selection. Some of his notable achievements include setting the NBA single-season record for three-pointers made in 2015 through 2016, and becoming the first player in NBA history to make 200 three-pointers in 4 consecutive seasons. Curry's impact on the game extends beyond his impressive start, as he's credited with revolutionizing the way teams utilize three-pointers. So, on Thursday, in their game against Sacramento Kings, he was able to extend that record. Don't forget, he had also, beaten the record of 3,000 pointers last week in their game about 18,064 fans turned out at the Chase Center to actually see him break that record, but then he could not fulfill it. But just a few days ago against the Sacramento Kings, he was able to hit that mark, and now he is known as Mr. 4K. What a massive display from him. Then, this record, as it stands, in the near future, maybe in the next 5 or 10 years, do you see any player breaking this record?
Yeah, for me, I think it will be very, very difficult for any player to come out and break a 3-point record, because I think a 3-point is a very, very, very huge milestone. And it's not just like a 2-pointer where you see players just he can gain a 2-pointer from a free throw or from a normal outfield play. But you need to be very, very specific. You need to be very, very good when it comes to having those 3-pointers. And another thing that will actually speak out for you is your consistency over the years in the NBA. Will you be consistent enough? Will you be injury-free for you to maintain the stability, for you to get even the opportunity to have those or those free and 3-pointers, and make sure that you gain the 3-pointers? For me, I think it will be very difficult for any player, even in the nearest future, to do or to surpass what Steph Curry has just done. It can still happen, you never can tell, because we've seen a lot of players break records, the record that they are meant to be broken. But for me, I think it will be very, very difficult for any player to just come out from maybe anywhere and just break this huge record and that Steph Curry has set for himself, as well as set in the NBA history.
Massive one. Is going to take a long while before any player can be able to break the record set by Steph Curry of hitting 4,000 3-pointers as the highest in the NBA history. But at this point, we'll take a quick break. When we are back, we'll take you through his national team career and his performance. Don't go anywhere. All right, yeah, welcome back from that short break. Let's roll you through the national team career of Steph Curry, because Curry at the 2014 U.S. World Basketball Festival, Curry's first experience with the United States national team came at the 2007 FIBA Under-19 World Championship, where he helped Team USA capture the silver medal. He averaged 9.4 points, 3.8 rebound, 2.2 assists, and 2.8 steals per game. In 2010, Curry was selected to the senior squad, playing limited minutes at the 2010 FIBA World Championship. As the United States won the gold medal in an undefeated tournament in 2012, Curry was excluded from the list of 20 finalists selected for consideration for the 2012 USA Olympic team in London, which reportedly left him very disappointed, but motivated to improve his game for future opportunities. In 2014, he took on a larger role with the team, helping them to another undefeated tournament at the 2014 World Cup and scoring 10 points in the final game. On June 6, 2016, Curry withdrew from consideration for the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, citing ankle and knee ailments and as the major reason behind the decision. Curry was named to the Olympic All-Star 5 team and honored as the 2024 U.S. Basketball 5-on-5 Male Athlete of the Year. He joined LeBron James, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan as the fourth player in the NBA history to win at least 4 championships, 2 league MVP awards, as a final MVP award, and an Olympic gold medals in his career. So his national team career, his first outing under 19, wasn't that too impressive. But then in second outing, somehow he was not that favored, but he was still very hopeful. He went back and said, I'm going to improve on my game. And he came back very strong to help the United States win a gold medal. And from then on, he became a vital member of the squad.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I think he was actually disappointed when he was neglected and excluded from the 2012 Olympic squad in London. Over there, I think the United States team actually went and succeeded, coming back with the gold medal. And for me, it was a huge disappointment from his part not being selected in that particular one. But for him, he actually went back to the drawing board and looked for ways to improve himself and making sure that in the next election he will definitely make the squad. And for me, I think he did just that, and he actually convinced everybody, including the coach, and he was actually picked, making him to actually follow the team to the next Olympics. And he came out stronger. He came out all thriving with the Olympic gold medal. And I think he's also won some FIBA World Championship as well with the team, which is actually a good, will I say, improvement from him at that particular point in time, following the team to win such events. I think this is one of the reasons why he's been tipped as one of the best players so far, with the likes of LeBron, the likes of Jordan, as well as Magic Johnson over there in the NBA history.
Over there in the NBA history, meanwhile, let's take a look at his legacy. As a Curry is often considered the greatest shooter and one of the greatest players in NBA history. He is credited with revolutionizing the game of basketball by inspiring teams from high school to the NBA to regularly use the three-point shoot. Analysts have referred to him as the Michael Jordan of a three-point era, saying that he did for the three-pointers shoot that Jordan did for the slam and dunking game. The Guardian's report O'Connell cites Curry's February 27, 2013 game against the New York Knicks, in which he made 11 of 13 shoot from behind the arc en route to 54-point performance as the start of the three-point era. The era has been referred to as the Steve effect or the NBA three-point revolution. Curry is also often compared to Magic Johnson in debates over the greatest point guard of all time, owing to their generational impact, winningness, and diverse skill sets. Now, about his personal life. Curry at the White House in January 2023. On July 30th, 2011, Curry married longtime girlfriend and Toronto area native Aisha Alexander in Charlotte. Curry and Alexander met at a church in Charlotte when they were 15 and 14 years old, respectively. Together, they have 2 daughters who are born in 2012 and 2015, and 2 sons who were born in 2018 and 2024, respectively. Curry is a Pentecostal Christian, man, and is very, very outspoken. So, before we leave this morning, Miracle, do you think that his religious background actually, gave life or shaped the way that he was able to carry on? Because we haven't had any of major controversy since he turned a professional basketballer, because he's a devout Christian and he's speaking glowingly about that.
Yeah, for me, I think for every sportsman, for every individual, I think your spirituality actually matters a lot. I think having a belief in something that you actually worship will actually play a major role in how you live your life and in how you carry on with it. So definitely, I think his spirituality and his Christian background actually played a role in his career so far.
Been a great time, dissecting through the lives of Steph Curry, who has set a record for himself and in the NBA of becoming the first player to hit 4,000 three-pointers. Massive, massive. And this is why we decided to, take him as sport personality for today. So we hope you enjoyed it. Don't also forget that next Saturday, we'll make a return for yet another glorious moment of sport personality. This is where we drop the anchor for today's edition of the show. Meanwhile, in the evening, 6 to 7 p.m., we'll make a return for another sport extra. Don't forget I did a show this morning alongside Miracle Nyekazi. My name is Emmanuel Michael, and peace and unity remains the pathway to progress. Always enjoy here on Atlantic Television Network. Goodbye.